So we'll quickly look at Silhouette plot. In this case, we're taking four different distributions. All of them are normal distributions, but with different mean and standard deviations. So often this is a Silhouette plot is easily understood as anything that you would like to select. If you're selecting dress in a store, or perhaps you're selecting a pair of shoes, you always make a list and you try to find out, whether you'd like to like the first pair of shoes, the second pair of shoes, or the first pair of dress, second pair of dress, and you keep holding those dresses or whatever that you want to purchase unless you make a final decision. And that's a mixed concept of fuzzy clustering, and it also tells your penchant for making your decision crisper and sharper as you move along the choices. So what we'll do is we'll just quickly use this to plot the different types of distributions that we have chosen. And we can see that if I have to plot these distributions, even though they are normal distributions, I can see that once I do a fuzzy clustering, these are mostly interspersed. So I can see, so I could have chosen this dress, I could have chosen this dress, I could have chosen this shoe or that shoe, and so on, right? So you've not made your decision so far, and that's the puzzling aspect of cognitive decision making, which is captured in fuzzy clustering. So what we do is we quickly do a Silhouette plot, which essentially tries to understand, given any two pair of choices that you have, or if you have to make two groups, the selection that is in your hand, whatever dress that you have picked up, or whatever other goods or items that you have picked up, versus all other items that you would have picked up based on their proximity to the perceived utility. And that's how we make our final selection. And the same thing is visualized with this Silhouette plots. So once we compute the distance, you would understand that maybe when I was make a selection between any two given objects, uh, I could be ambivalent about the selection, or I could be absolutely sure. So you can see that the first and the fourth selection, you probably are more sure compared to the second and third. And this is basically because the way the distributions have been chosen, their means and standard deviations are more or less interspersed, and that's how the perceived utility could also get mixed up.